everyone, how yous doing? It's Ravie Davie here, the Fresh Prince of the Ramoyne Square, and I'm joined here with my partner
Georgia.
And this is the 10 years in podcast, and this is now episode 18.
Episode 18,
That's
you're
what
right.
That means we've been doing this for 19 weeks.
I know.
A long time.
So actually, if you count the podcast Big 50, this is effectively episode 19.
That's why I said 19 weeks.
Alright, fuck, sorry. A bit tired today.
So I'm the one got to fall asleep, or not, what I mean?
And I was just saying before we started recording there that David looks like he's about to fall asleep. We're a bit tired after a big, giant weekend.
Big, massive weekend, man.
There
There you go.
you go. I've got to say we had the time of our lives.
We did have the time of our life, and not only did we have the time of our life, we had a lot of historic moments happen. First up, we had Georgia making her in-ring pro wrestling debut by we came out at the start of the show, thanked everybody, and Georgia even got on the microphone and spoke a bit, so I was extremely proud of her. If you told me 10 years ago when I started courting Georgia,
I hate when you say that. What is that? Every time you say it, no, but you go courting. You go from side to side.
Well, which what am I meant to say?
When I started going out with Georgia.
But 10 years ago, did I start going to each other?
Oh, no, because you were playing hard to get.
Aye.
We know.
Aye. Right, anyway, so as I was saying, when we started courting,
I told you.
now that she's told me that I hate this, that she hates this, I know I'll probably got to hear the word courting more often. Just letting you know that one. So when me and Georgia started courting, that's 4 times now. We lost the story now. To be fair, just going to try to annoy her. What was it? Oh, right, 10 years ago, if you told me and Georgia started going together, right, was that sounds no right. Anyway, if you said that 10 years ago, if you told me that Georgia would eventually get in the wrestling ring, well, if you said to me 10 years ago that Georgia one day did an entrance with you and get in your wrestling ring, the first thing I'd say to you is, what, yes, I'm going to have a wrestling ring in 10 years. Here we go, man. No, but seriously, I would tell you you're at it, because Georgia was very, very shy when I met her, and it's took a lot of hard work to get her out of her shell, but now she has got out of her shell. She's performing essentially in front of over 400 people, and I'm extremely proud of her. How did it feel? Tell the people.
It was really, really scary. So me and David had spoke about this a while ago, like months and months ago. I think it was about 9 months ago, and we said, oh, imagine that you done this. We both went in the ring and we thanked everybody, and then we just never spoke about it again until a couple of weeks ago you says, I think it would be good if you came in the ring with me. It's a big night. We've been doing this for 3 years, and we just thanked everybody together. And I was like, no. And then
so it goes from one extreme to another, to be fair. So she's like, no, we're not doing it. And then 5 minutes before the show, she goes like, so do you want me to come up with your entrance for you? I'm like, what? Aye, obviously I'd love to.
Ran towards Magic Dave, which is the guy who does the MC, and then I thought, oh no, why have I done this? And then my hands just started like actually shaking. My full body was quivering, and I thought, I don't know if I can do this. So then David came to get me. We're standing behind the curtain. He was like, right, my music's going to hit. I'm going out first, and then I'm going to shout on you. So that's exactly what happened. And then I didn't realise it at the time, but David said I came out before my cue.
Aye, so I said, what's happening, troops? It's Ravie Davie here, the Fresh Prince of the Ramoyne Square, and I'm joined by Mrs. 10K herself, because she's just got 10K on TikTok.
Is that what you said?
Aye, Mrs. 10K herself. The notepad princess, Georgia Nisbet, and she was meant to come out after I said Georgia Nisbet. But as I'm saying, as I finish saying notepad princess, I'm going to say Georgia, I just feel somebody grabbing my horn, and it's Georgia. Also, there's a mic here, and I'm sitting doing this, not me, my horn as I'm talking into the microphone. Fucking hell.
You must be that used to doing that. Do you know what really freaked me out as well? So, Magic Dave, he goes out and he opens the show, and then he shouted me and you in, but you didn't see this because you were in the wee room, but I was standing next to Magic Dave, and he started jumping up and down and like getting himself really hyped up, and I thought, oh, I don't know any of these techniques. Why am I just standing here absolutely shaking? And he was jumping up and down, and he gave me a high five, and I thought he's about to knock me over, because I actually felt like light as a feather because I was so nervous.
Do you know what my routine is before I wrestle? I kind of like, I do a mad thing where I'm not quite skipping, but I'm like moving round from like side to side, and then I'll slap somebody, and I'll tell them to slap me, and then I'll keep doing it.
Right, so I didn't know any of this happened.
I do it before a match, but I don't do it before I'm going to do a promo or a segment. I do it before I'm going to go wrestle, so that I'm in the zone.
So see as well, like I didn't know that happened, but on Friday night as well, Steg and Xander were about to do their match, and you could see Steggs, he'd jumping up and down over the stadium we've got. So obviously they were hyping themselves up. So I got to witness Magic Dave doing that on Friday, and I thought, when do you learn this part? Because I didn't get taught about this, but I'm just stunned here.
You don't go to the beginners class and learn that. It's something more advanced when you're doing shows and matches and that.
So then when I obviously came out from behind the curtain, I just grabbed David Torn, was actually grabbing on for dear life, thinking, what am I doing? Because there was so many people there, and I think they were all in shock that I was there.
They were all buzzing, to be fair. You got a bigger pop than I did, man. There were people cheering for Jaws and they were for me, man.
And because the majority of the people there have been coming for the last 3 years.
They're all cheered out with me, aren't they, man? They're like, Davie again, man. No, we've just seen him take the tickets, man. We've got to see him later on the match. He's got to be doing the raffle, man. He's got to thank us all when we're going home, man. Probably see him tomorrow when he's gone to the shops or something like that, man. I'm sick of me.
So I think they just realised that Wallace has got to be a big night when it was just something a bit different.
It was a big night, to be fair, man. Big weekend. We had, so that was one of the first. The second, well, it needs to get fact checked, but I definitely think it's true. My big mate Ross won our CPW championship, and it makes him the first ever autistic heavyweight champion in wrestling, I'm sure. Need to fact check it, obviously, but Big Ross was saying that to me the other day, and he was told it by somebody else. So
that's amazing, isn't it?
Need to find that out, because it's big anyway. Even if he isn't the first, he's the first CPW champion that's got autism. So that's obviously even big in itself. Breaking down barriers, showing people that no matter what what's
challenging,
which challenges you've got in life, as long as you work hard, you can overcome them. And nobody works harder than Big Ross, an absolute legendary guy. And I don't know about George, I'm sure she shares this sentiment, but it was amazing to manage to get Big Ross's moment. Big Ross has been wrestling for 10 years, and in the first 2 years of his wrestling career, he only had 5 matches. And I always knew that he had the star quality. He could be a guy that led a wrestling company. And on Friday, he started the journey to lead CPW to bigger and better things. So thank you, Ross, for all your hard work, and I can't wait to see what you've got today.
Definitely. I had a tear in my eye watching him, like, just so amazing. See, as well, like, when it's a big show like that and they all come out with new gear on and they all look their best as well, it makes it even more exciting.
Big Ross was flapping, but he never got his new gear until 1 o'clock on a Friday.
Oh, did he know? Things like that always happen.
He's like to me all week, man. Like, obviously, Ross, you know him and all, pure, always on time, always one of the first one. He's like, all week, Davie. And obviously as well, he's definitely telling me this and all, because like, we're all big on it. We're all like, you need to be hard working if you're winning, if you're winning. Not, I mean, if you've got to be wrestling for the belts. Not, you need to be one of the ones that are showing up and doing all the work and that. So I think obviously he had that in the back. He's like, no, week, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it till maybe 1 o'clock till my delivery gets. That's all right, Ross. You're there every single show. Not, I mean, it's like, you're one of the ones that can get a wee bit of leeway with stuff like that. So Ross was flamming that, but that was good. But we also had another first. We had CPW's first ever casket match.
Yes.
I tell them that, George. What's a casket match? You tell them.
So, a casket match is when you need to get your opponent inside the coffin and close the lid.
Aye, that's exactly what it is.
So, the casket, which was basically the size of 3 caskets in one. Why on earth that coffin was that size? It's massive.
Monstrum had to. Thatcher obviously must have got that made and had to fit his big mate Monstrum in it.
Honestly, and it was lined with Union Jacks as well, which Curtis would have liked.
The interior.
Did you not see it?
The interior was the old butcher's apron, as they call it.
So that was David's match, and
it's my first ever casket match. Before now, wrestling a casket match. Hopefully, my last, I know, because I'm battered and bruised for getting flung after that thing. At one point, I get like launched out of the casket and into the fans, man. And nearly broke my hip.
The door of the casket itself would have like actually snapped your fingers off if you got...
Do you know, at one point it was like down on my horn, man, like Thatcher's pure stone. I'm like, oh no, man, this is episode.
Just as well, like, you've got all this like built up adrenaline.
I know, definitely, man.
And then your bodies are in agony the next day.
My body's in agony on Monday. I know. My body's got to be sore until Friday. My knee is killing me, man. One point the ropes were loose on Friday, right? So I went to do my moonsault.
Oh, you wobbled.
Missed, man. Absolutely.
You were like, what's happening?
I was meant to land on my feet, man. I landed on my knees and it was so sore, man. And my knee pads were doing my shins and I can feel it still. No nice, man. See, honestly, see the people that say wrestling's fake, do you know what I say to you? I wish, man. I wish it was. Honestly, man, I wouldn't be in this much pain if it wasn't.
But everything went to plan. Poor Daryl hurt himself
I
as
know,
well.
one of my wrestlers absolutely slashed his arm open, and I mean, it was like that size on his arm. He was pure panicking. And how I calmed him down. Like, Daryl, stop being so fucking dramatic, man. And then he did. To be fair, it wasn't even dramatic. It was a pure cut, but obviously he didn't. He couldn't see it. So I'm having to say to him, man, look, calm down. You could pure see his tricep and all that, man. See, because he has got big muscles and all, man. It was pure bulging out and all that. You're like, oh.
So David phoned me. I was at the airport picking one of the wrestlers up, and he phoned me. He's like, Georgia. I just know in your voice when there's actually something wrong. He's like, Daryl's just ripped his tricep open.
And that was at the start of the weekend. I mean, that's like only like 2 hours into the job, man. I'm like, no, this weekend's going to just be murder. It's not going to be successful. But it was successful.
Brilliant. And we had
Daryl ended up even going on to win his match for the second day.
Aye.
So
it was brilliant.
All good. Another first. Me and Georgia have just announced that we will be running our first ever adults only show. So this is now company number 3. It's going to be called Hardcore Wrestling from Glasgow, abbreviated as HWFG. There's another famous Scottish abbreviation with those letters as well. And we will be doing our first show on the 23rd of March. See, our good friends at the WWE are coming to town. Netflix will be showing Raw from January, so I think there's going to be a big boom period in independent wrestling again because of this. And Raw are coming to Scotland to film one of their Netflix shows on the Monday. So me being the genius that I'm, obviously I thought, well, it's probably going to be the Hydro can hold 11,000 people. Raw will sell it. There's probably going to be 11,000 wrestling fans in the area on the Monday, but they'll probably, if they're coming for the Monday, probably make a weekend at 8. You've not got to come to Glasgow on a Monday. You've got to come on the Saturday or Sunday. So why not put on a wrestling show to cater to these audiences? So we're going to actually be having 2 wrestling shows, but the first one is going to be in the afternoon with our wrestling company CPW. We're going to do a family friendly show for everyone and anyone who wants to come along in the Fairfield Club, Madison Square Garden. And then the second one, again in Madison Square Garden, Fairfield Club, it will be our adults only show, as I said, Hardcore Wrestling from Glasgow. And the big selling point for that show, not only is it our first adult show, but it's also going to be the first time ever my best pal, Big Hawaii 5-0, steps in a wrestling ring and wrestles. Me and him will be teaming together to take on whatever 2 dafties want it. So putting out a challenge, if there's anybody out there who thinks they're big enough to wrestle me and Big 5-0, come on down to the show and let's see what's happening. Anyway,
I'm absolutely gutted. I'm missing it.
How are you missing it?
And it's my sister's hen do that weekend. Don't say where we're going because she doesn't know in case you just blurt out where we're going.
Fair dues,
so
man.
I'm going to miss the first ever over 18 show.
For a weekend in Brussels as well?
It's no Brussels. Don't say that. Just don't get in away. Well, there you go. You know one place you're no going, Shannon.
To be fair, it'd be a bit of depressing. I like to go to Brussels, not, but that'd be a depressing hen do, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Like pure grey was, not. To be fair, man, if you're all on the wee scooters, man, zipping right down, it'd be no bad.
That's what we done last year.
Taxis and tours.
I was terrified on them.
It was freezing and all, wasn't it, man?
I was so
it was
cold.
Baltic. I'd love to go in like the summer to somewhere and go on the wee things, man, just down the boulevard.
You knew exactly where you're going because you'd been there to wrestle before, and then you were like, just come along here, but you were zooming away ahead of me. I was like, oh, God, I was terrified.
Anyway, so we're saying with that tangent there, we can speak about Belgium another time, but that tangent there, the over 18 show will be the 24th of March, and tickets are going to go on sale this Friday. So if you want tickets for it, get yourself prepared, because honestly, man, I think this is going to sell it. To be honest, I'm not even kidding on. I think
people keep asking us.
We're going to have 400
time.
people in the Fairfield Club for an over 18s wrestling show. We're not like to call it. It's an adult only wrestling show. We're not like to call it over 18s because I don't know that we're wanting to be different. We don't want to be like the same as all these other. But to be fair, there's a gap in the market for it in Scotland. We need more adult only shows. There's not enough kicking about, so we're going to try and put our finger in the pie. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on. Get your tickets this Friday, and what's on the agenda, honey bunny?
Okay, so tonight people have been asking us a couple of wee questions, so I thought I'd pick a couple from the list.
Fair enough, but before we go, thank you everybody that did come to the Governorversary. I feel like I didn't actually finish that right. Thank you for all that came. We really appreciate it, don't we?
We do.
Yep. So
it was fantastic. The stress and the worry and the panicking and the greeting and the arguing and
another first, actually. We'll just talk about this before we came in. The greatest first in my life, maybe. Georgia maybe admitted that your old dad was rightful ones. Yes. Didn't you?
Well, I kinda.
I'll take it.
Right, okay, so what was I going to say? Aye. So somebody wrote in and said, why did we end up choosing the name 10 Years In? Which I thought was a funny story because there was a couple of names suggested. All names suggested were all David's idea.
As you can probably tell, I'm the creative type in the,
yeah, definitely.
In the household, and Georgia is the beauty and the brains. I'm just the one with the wee mind. I'm getting the wee hamster on the wheel, going run, thinking 24/7. So I had a few ideas. I can't remember any of them. I can't remember actually any of the not all names that I came up with. I just remember 10 Years In was the name that I came up with because me and Georgia have been going to each other for 10 years. I've been courting her for the past 10 years.
Fuck off.
So me and Georgia have been courting for 10 years now, and that's why it's 10 years in. What other names did I come up with?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Why was that?
So this is the reason that David wanted to call it 6 out of 10 podcast was because when he started going out with me, he actually said to me, I actually only think you are about a 6 out of 10. The only reason I really like you is for your personality. He was deadly serious, weren't you?
No, you're a 10 out of 10.
No, you don't. Speak for yourself.
No, I think they're 10, obviously. I was just, no, when you're younger and you're like in primary school and that, you tease a person, you're like, nah, that's what I was doing. I was just talking.
We were in our 20s.
Aye, and I fancied you. Know what I mean? And I just don't go on with it. I lasted for 2 years. I didn't know how to fire into people, so that's what I just done. It's been horrible to you.
You can say that again.
So that you liked me back, obviously.
See, to be fair and all,
remember one time as well to start, I asked like when she was on a permit, just having a joke, not when she's like, aye, and I was like, oh fuck man, what have I done here?
She at the start
talk about yourself in the fourth person.
Don't start about that. God sake, G90 on TikTok has got to go through you for doing that. Actually, I'm pure paranoid sitting here, like I'm like trying to just keep my eyes on you in case I go out there and look at Curtis.
And you get in trouble
and for it. G90 comes onto TikTok and fucking shouts at me. It's so hard because there's like all these cameras, all the lights, Curtis there, David there. Whereas David, you're just looking onto me and that plant. There's nothing else running about you.
You're on sign and maybe Martian, it's waving at me.
Aye, so I don't obviously when I'm looking directly ahead, I can see both you and Curtis's reaction to everything that's going on, and as well. He's like, you're talking about David's in the third person. I'm like, no, David was there when this story happened, so we're telling the people that are fucking listening and watching, which you're doing very well, G90.
Every clip, fuck's sake.
I know. He's like, go away.
You know what I mean? Haters are our motivators, isn't it, man?
What now? When I see his name popping up, what now? What now?
What do you want?
I know.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
I said to David, Jink, it's a guy or a woman? He's like, guy.
It's a guy who's 34 years old called Graham 90.
Aye.
Bet you any money.
I've got
probably
visions.
heavy receding hairline. Defos, bit fat. Know what I mean? Maud does not give him cuddles or anything. And that's why he's basically trying to get online cuddles off us. That's
I know,
what
he's
it is.
like hating on.
He wants attention. We're being him it, so stop it.
So actually what I was going to say there before we went off on a real tangent about G90. What?
Aye, the 6 out of 10 podcast.
Aye, so no, I was actually going to say that you were right when you said you didn't know how to fire into people, because you used to at the start, you would text me and you'd be like, all right, what are you up to? And I'd be like, oh, I'm just at work, how are you? Blah, blah, and you'd be like, just at work. And I just didn't text you back, and then we would go the phone next day, and then the next day you'd text me back, you'd be like, all right, how you doing? What you up to? Hiya, I'm doing good, how you doing? I'm just in work, what you up to? I'm just in work. Conversation would end.
Oh, do you know what I probably actually did go right back to you, and then my bosses all that would come in and always used to get in trouble from my phone. I'd probably press send, putting that away, and then you would reply to me, and that would be the conversation done.
No, then days later you said to me, like, why do you never like text me back? And I'm like, because you're not even asking me in. I like, try to chat back to you, and there's just nothing. Dead. So I was like, I'm not wasting my time trying to like get blood out of a stone.
Ravie Davie, the Riz Master.
The Riz Master sexy. Well, fucking couldn't have been that bad. She's still here 10 years later, 10 years in.
So, 6 out of 10 was nearly the name of the podcast.
That would be a really good name. Because then everybody asks as well, we could tell that story and it'd make them laugh.
Yeah. No funny. Actually, not even the slightest bit funny. Somebody asked, what's next for CPW and yourselves in 2025? So obviously we just spoke about the adults only show. So
that's
we
not
know.
technically CPW, but that's hardcore wrestling from Glasgow.
Yeah. So obviously
company.
David's trying to make the point and prove the point here that CPW is continuously going to be just for families.
I would want so hardcore adult only wrestling, hardcore wrestling. Sometimes it goes a bit mental. You know what I mean? I don't want people. Don't want somebody getting put through a light tube or something like that and posting a video about it, and then somebody goes like that. Oh, is that what happens at CPW? People have been telling me to go there and take my wins for ages. I don't want to go there.
It's completely two different entities.
Aye.
So for us next, we're now on to focusing on our awards night that we spoke about a couple of times. So the awards night is on Friday the 13th of December. But it's good that we're bringing this up because somebody has messaged and asked to sponsor one of the awards, which we didn't even think about. Was my Uncle Thomas's pal?
Was it? Aye. Was his company?
Well, I didn't even ask. I just said to Thomas, I haven't even thought about this. I need to say to David.
Aye, but if there is anybody that would like to sponsor the award, you know what I mean? Just using their names for example, because they're my wee mates. We could have the Papa Ali's Wrestler of the Year award, or just use like sort of a company that obviously isn't it, like the McDonald's Moment of the Year award kind of thing, like that way. So if there's anybody that would like to sponsor an award, get in contact. We will obviously discuss it and see if we can get it done. And also as well, if there's anybody who would maybe like to sponsor CPW or the podcast or anything like that, me and Georgia are available for hire. Not when you can definitely get sponsorships going. That's something we would happily do. We were looking to grow in 2025 with community pro wrestling. We want to be bigger and better than ever. We want to collaborate with a lot of different people. So for example, we've just announced on the 28th of February we will be having a show in the Fairfield Club in Govan. It's called the French Revolution, and we bring over a lot of French wrestlers from a wrestling company that I've recently wrestled in, APC, and hopefully we'll be getting to do the same going back and forth, and would like to do that with a lot of other wrestling companies and stuff. So if there is anybody out there who would like to get on board with that, to get themselves seen not just in Scotland but in other countries, maybe with these sponsorships and stuff, let us know, because that's how we're going to make not just CPW grow or the podcast, but make ourselves grow as well by fulfilling sponsorship deals and stuff like that. So get in contact. How would they get in contact, Georgia?
Just message either the 10 Years In podcast on Instagram, TikTok, or myself, Georgia Nisbet, or David, or on your Ravie Davie page, on one of our TikTok pages.
Yep, we've also got email addresses, raviedavie94@gmail.com, 10 years in.
Also as well, if your company's got like flyers or anything, you want us to hand them out at the awards night and stuff, we'd be able to do that for you to do more promotion for your business as well. So you can let us know. But we didn't even think about sponsoring the awards or anything like that.
It's because of the full thing we've done. So we bought CPW up for nothing. We've never had anybody help. We've never had any help with anything, even the podcast, except for Curtis. Not I mean, obviously the producer. We've not really had nobody ever helps us with anything, and we always manage to make it. We managed to make it successful. So obviously there's some people. The Fairfield Club have really helped us a lot with CPW, with somewhere to wrestle and start the company from. Part of our hub have helped us a lot with the school and stuff like that. But I mean, just in general, we never asked for funding, we never asked for a handout or anything like that. Even if we were asking for the new sponsorship, it's not a handout, it would be a mutual beneficial partnership for everybody involved. We would want to promote yous as much as yous would want us to promote yous, because that is essentially social media and promoting things is my job. So I would want to do it for the best of my ability, so that you could then recommend me to potential other sponsors. So all that having said, let's move on, because I feel like we're tangenting again.
So yes, I've got a wee story for you.
What is it?
So I heard this story on work the other day. It was my pal Ross who told me, and I just thought this is really funny, and I want to share it with David on the podcast. So this isn't a story that David's involved in, so I'll be speaking directly to you on this occasion, right?
Fair enough.
So my pal Ross came into work last Thursday, and he was telling me a story about his mum. His mum works in the hospital, and it's a hospital in Glasgow, obviously. and she works in the cardiology department. She's the heart department, but this happened in maternity. So now in hospitals, different nurses and stuff, they get bank work. Do you know what that is? So bank work is basically where you can take shifts in the hospital wherever you want. So you're no allocated to like a permanent department. You can say, right, okay, I'm a nurse, but I basically get to choose all my shifts. So you're no lit. I don't know if it
kind of agency or like 0 hour contract. You know?
That's what I say. It doesn't necessarily sound as if you would be like a permanent employee, but you get to work on your terms, especially if you got wins and stuff like that. So anyway, there was this one woman in the hospital last week. She was a bank nurse, and she was due for her shift last week in the maternity department, but she chose that she was unwell. She didn't want to do her shift, but she sent her husband. Right, so she sent her husband into work, and the husband's doing the job in the maternity ward.
Sure, that's illegal.
Obviously. And 10 hours into the 12-hour shift, the ward, the staff ward nurse, like the manager of the ward, says to the guy, so obviously because you get these bank people, loads of people begin in and out, and people don't know, she says to the guy, right, you need to go and fit a catheter. And the guy went like, no, I don't know how to do that. And she says, what do you mean you don't know how to do that? And he says, well, I'm not a nurse. And the manager says to him, what are you? And he said, I'm a bus driver.
What? Why did he ask himself in?
I don't know.
10 hours and nearly get away with it.
10 hours into a 12-hour shift. He turned around and said, no, I'm a bus driver and I couldn't fit the catheter.
What the fuck was he getting asked to do for the other 10 hours?
That's what I said. What was he doing? I was like, see if that was me, I'd just been going about give people tea and coffee, because what else would you be able to do?
I'd be hiding in the toilet. I'd been in the toilet for hours, man. On my phone.
I know.
Kid on doing a shape, trousers at my ankles in case anybody opened the door. So I've got that. I'm actually doing a toilet here, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I went for 3 years. Honestly, you don't understand, mate. Done like 12 shites a day. Bad. No, the actual day. I'm just saying for my
all right,
my fake story. For my fake story, I've been in the toilet for 3 hours, fuck's sake.
Oh man, I thought, how dangerous is that?
Probably not as dangerous as no doing the toilet for like 6 days and stuff like that, know what I mean? But I digress.
Was that aimed at?
No, I've heard all women are like that, to be fair. I heard those women don't shit for like 4 days, know what I mean?
Oh god.
It's actually a thing with it as well. It's the reason men shit themselves so much is because we trust farts, and women never really shit themselves because they don't trust farts, know what I mean? But obviously they'll no fart in front of it, their boyfriends and stuff and all that. Whereas guys like we'll fart for comedy, know what I mean? Like, know what I mean? Like, we'll squeeze farts out to try and make people laugh, and then you end up shitting yourself and stuff.
Why are you
I was in the group chat last night, we were talking about this, because we get that food for that place, and Mikey ended up saying, why did you go there? That's heavy. He had a pizza for there a couple of weeks ago and shat his bed.
That's disgusting.
And as he said that to me, I know I was on the toilet doing a big shit, man, could feel the burniness and all. I was like, look where I'm at, to be fair.
Oh, disgusting.
It was a good laugh, but
so that's my wee story. I was in shock. Well, I was actually howling when he told me. But
I'm in shock more that he grassed himself. I mean, you're 2 hours away. Fair dues if it's like 2 hours into the shift. No, I mean, you're not really got to get away from it. I'd be like, right, no bother, I'll go and do that. And then I'd go and skive, you know what I mean? I'd go and get away for the... I mean, obviously, before people take this around, obviously I would never fucking go into a hospital and kid on a nurse anyway, right? That's mental, right, for a start. But if I had got myself into that predicament, I would just go to that, right, sound, I'll go and do that, where's it to go? And then I'd go away and kid on, I'm looking for it and not be able to find it, you know what I mean? That would take me about an hour. Then I'd go and I'd go, here, I can't find this, you know what I mean? You're going to show me. Then when she takes me and shows me, I go, I need the toilet 2 minutes. And that would take up half an hour, the toilet, you know what I mean?
There's a woman in labour here.
Well, exactly, but I don't care. I'm not getting caught out. I've got 2 hours left of this shift. I'm not getting caught here.
It's so dangerous what they've done, because obviously, if he's in there while people are delivering wains and he's actually not a nurse, that is fucking frightening. Or he's doing stuff he shouldn't be doing.
Aye.
I mean, there's a bus driver in the room while you're delivering your wain. You think he's a nurse?
Maybe fair is usually just to delivering people where they want to go, where they need to be.
Wayne's Colt McGill's.
Right.
More likely to be called Ariva, to be fair, nowadays, man. Everybody try to call her in these fucking fancy names, man. We Ariva Johnson.
Oh God. right, so you kind of touched on it there a bit. You touched on it there about the food review.
Aye.
So I'll let you chat about it.
Well, technically, first of all, it was Asian fusion or Asian tandoori, whatever one it was.
Tandoori.
Asian tandoori. But I phoned up and I was like, I phoned up Asian fusion. I'm like, hello, you're the ones that done the viral Donna Chasney. They're like, no, it's no us. So I'm like, shit, right. So he's like, bang, hung up. Phoned to the actual place for me to go. So it was in Canvas Line, 20 minutes away. So I was like, start meeting in about 10 minutes for us, mate, and we'll be there. Took us about 40 minutes to get there because I had fucking traffic on the roads and stuff like that. Go up there. Looked a bit rough, no gonna lie, you know what I mean? It would have definitely been a candidate just looking at it for one of Davie's rotten food reviews back in the day. Went in, it's alright. 150 kind of just scandalous. 21,
Was it?
21 quid for your Donner Chasney, your chips and cheese and your pakora. Took it home, we opened it, George's first comment, well actually we didn't get home, but 15 minutes made it take us to get home. Took us about 25 because as we're driving, George goes like, can you check your map where we're going? I was like, I need bother about to do that, and George just turns round, goes, does a U-turn.
Thought we were going back the way we came.
Aye, well, we should have waited till the map came up then. But anyway, we get back home and George opened our chips and cheese.
Aye, it was the saddest. There was no cheese on
It
it.
was chips and cheese. It's chips and cheese, you know what I mean? There was half a portion of cheese on it, man.
It was so sad, wasn't it?
Aye, it was, man. It was sit down, and they used a lot of cheese on my Donner Chasney, to be fair,
Oh,
man.
well, that's well, there's cheese for
that
me.
was pure, like, but it was to a detriment, not I mean, because it would been it melted on it and like melted round the sides and like
Aye.
you're bitten in. It's like a big. I love cheese, you know what I mean? I do. It was like big chunks of kind of dry, hard cheese. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Wasn't the best. The Donner Chasney, man. I feel it was low quality doner meat. I know doner meat is fucking not exactly high quality anyway, but actually it's getting there nowadays with like your German doners and like your yayas and where else was my favourite one? Lamigos and stuff like that. They're actually getting a good quality doner meat. Maybe I'm just what's it called? Maybe I'm just fussy, you know what I mean? Because I've been eating these like higher quality doner meat places lately. But the doner meat wasn't up to scratch. And I feel like if it was like an actual more quality doner meat, it would have been much nicer. Whereas the sauce on the doner did go well, but it just wasn't up to scratch with the actual meat. It was very, very greasy, chunky. No, actually, that's it. No, it was the opposite. It was very, very thin. You want a bit of meat on your meat, fuck's sake, you know what I mean?
And
What was
then,
it saying?
then you got pakora, but we didn't eat that either.
Pakora was actually like a leather, but honestly, it was less. This chair's no as tough. It's made out of leather than the fucking pakora was, man.
Aye.
Honestly, it wasn't like no, your pakora. I don't know about yours, right? But I like the orange pakora with like the coating on it. Whereas this was like, I don't know, it's like dipped in fucking Cheetos.
Aye. It was like a burnt red colour.
Nah, it was heavy burnt, man. It wasn't like, it wasn't even as it was coated like it was just like it was if that was the colour of it. Not it was just chicken dipped in a red sauce or something.
Aye, it was not.
Wasn't up to much. So if you're in Cambuslang and you're looking for a viral food, I'd maybe not go and get the Asian fusion Donner Chasney because honestly, it was a bit shit.
Tandoori.
Wasn't tandoori. Asian fusion might have great food, to be honest, man. Their Chinese food might be 10 out of 10, man.
They
I'm
were only
slagging
like
them.
2 doors away from each other,
I know. So I wouldn't recommend Asian tandoori. No enough to get a rotten food review on that, but it was shite.
Aye. Don't want to go back there, do we?
Nah. Couldn't pay me to go back there.
So that was really all we'd ate all weekend, really. Like nothing that.
Nothing spectacular. What did I get? I always get a big McDonald's after
The shows
the
you
shows,
did
man.
that.
It does me nothing, but nothing else is ever open by the time we get back. So obviously I'm putting the thing away and all. That takes to at least 11 o'clock, and I'm on Just Eat and all, man. So that's the Wild West.
You
though,
end
innit?
up just scrolling and scrolling.
Not as well, but if you order something that you don't know, man, you can end up getting absolutely stung. You know what I mean? Like pure rotten shite. And
At least McDonald's, you know what you're getting.
That's exactly. At least McDonald's, I know what I'm getting. To be fair, they usually always end up no sending me the right stuff, man, and I end up going mental. And Just Eat, I've asked for that many refunds on Just Eat now. They must have been marked on a wee list. I never get them anymore. I actually had to go to Subway, the actual shop, the other week, and do a sit-in and tell the lassie that I'm not leaving this shop until I get my money back because I'd already been knocked back from a compensation refund off Just Eat. So I went and sat in the shop and she's like phoning the manager and she put the manager and she's like, "What, mate, it's not us, it's Just Eat, you need to ask for refunds." Like, I did, mate, and they said I'm not getting it, and I never got my food today. The driver drove off and I was sitting in taking my wrestling classes. I could actually watch them driving away. So you're going to need to refund me, or you're going to need to pay this at last a lot of overtime for staying on and watching me while I sit in your shop and it shuts. And lo and behold, I got my tenner back.
Aye, David said that when he went into the subway, the lassie was in there herself, and David was like, "What did she say?"
Oh, she'd try to get wide not and say I was out of order. I was like, here, do you know what's actually order? You're in here yourself. That's actually against health and safety. But if you were to take a heart attack or something, you'd be dead.
Aye,
No, I mean, it started going that. So you want to start talking about whatever and whenever and all that. Get on the phone to the manager, you know.
And then he got his tenner back.
I got a tenner back.
I actually phoned him and I said, "Oh, hi, what are you doing?" And he's like, "On my way to fight with Subway." I was like, "All right, sorry." He's like, "Take you out me."
Just
I was
after
like,
they're about 4 hours of flying, man, pounding the pavements, be bit of pent up aggression, man. I'd been thinking about this all day as well, man. That's why my flying was shutting. I was finishing flying basically 20 minutes before they were shutting up shop, so that, well, obviously they're in trying to clean the place up. No, that might sound awkward, but you know what else is awkward? When you've no ate all day because you ordered a Subway at 12 o'clock and they never sent it to you, and the guy done the off.
and marked it as delivered.
And that means you don't get your money back either. And it was the only money you had, know what I mean? Because you'd spent all your money the day before, paying off all your rent, your bills and stuff like that. So I was a wee bit pissed off. I was a wee bit Karen. I was a wee bit awkward. But you know what? I got my fucking money back. And that's what's happening, troops.
You like
Yeah,
right, so we're moving on.
I move on. I thought it was a segue into
On to something else. Yeah. So I watched a documentary. I've got 20 minutes left, called Love on the Run.
She would have probably finished it if it wasn't for me coming in for the gym and taking up a lot of time.
Aye, you were talking. I was like, "What? You can clearly tell I'm having to pause this." So I can't tell you the full thing, but anyway, David likes it, then doesn't like it when I ruin the spoilers. So
I just say spoiler warning for them and then let them know. That's me. I don't mind if you spoil it for people. You just need to let them know, because then that could be a point of contention that you get raging.
Yeah, only warning anyway, because David spoiled the end by talking to me for the last 20 minutes. But anyway, Love on the Run is basically about this officer who works in a jail in America, and she basically falls in love with one of the guys that are in the jail, who is in for murder and has tried to murder like numerous amount of people. And basically they make a pact, and she waits until there's like a big staff training day type thing, and she gets them out and the two of them escape together. And there's like a manhunt out for them in America to look for them. So it's just coming up, and they're talking to all the officers and stuff, because they're saying that basically she'd worked there for like over 20 years. She was like one of the heads, and they can't believe that she actually done this. And basically the way that the cell works in there, I think there's like 6 of them or something in the one cell.
No, in America you're just packed in a cage basically, not I mean.
So she, the guy that she was going out with was like 6'8", I know, and he was like so much younger than her.
Yeah, she'd been in NBA on a jail, man.
I know. Well, he's like, the guy was just off his nut. The other guys that were in the cell with him said he was like pretty scary. And so as she ends up falling for him, she thinks the other, and when it's telling the story, it comes up and it says they think that the reason she fell for him is because she was walking by the window one day and he shouted and said, "Hey, you've got a nice ass." And she just fell for it. And they make this big pact. Like, she's like sells her house. She sells everything she's got. She's telling the other officers, "Come out of my house and I'll give you all this stuff." She's selling everything she owns to sneak this guy out. And they come out. She takes her officer's car. They park that in a car park. Then she buys like a new car. Then they had to get rid of that car because obviously there's a big manhunt out looking for them. Then they tried to spray paint that car because the car that they were in was bright orange. So tried to spray paint that car to get shot at it. So I'm basically right at the bit where it tells you actually what ends up happening. And my guess, I think he probably kills her, or he kills both of them, but I don't know.
I bet you I know what happens.
Bet you will, because you guess the beginning of everything all the time.
Bet you the two of them get caught, right? He'll get the jail again, right? But she'll obviously make it as if he pure manipulated her and threatened to kill her and all that, so that she can get away with it, and then she'll get a lesser sentence, and he'll probably get killed or something like that on death row.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I watched the rest of it tonight, but there's like years worth of phone calls between the two of them. Like, so she had like a burner phone that he would phone her for when she get home from work, and they would be sitting talking on these phone calls. and she would be away. She was away in like Walmart and that, like buying camping stuff, as if they'd set up to go to like rural areas when they go out. But obviously, I don't actually know where they ended up because right now I'm not at that point. But she'd done it over the span of like months and months. And then as well, she was like, they managed to check and she'd been looking up like other people's identification. So see when people do like fraud and they steal ID, she was on there getting like man and woman's ID so she could use that.
Try to get them.
As if like she would use that going forward. What else did she do? Loads of... So she was the person that listened to all the prisoners' calls in jail. She took that job, and obviously she took that because she knew that she was one of them on there.
Trusted in it.
Aye, she was obviously trusted. Like everybody looked up to her, everybody loved her. They said that she
also
was
psycho shit, but because she's listening, who's phoning him, making sure he's not it.
Oh, probably, to be fair. But aye, and then she said the other prisoners that are on it, that were in the same cell as him, were saying that she used to say, right, that he had a call with his lawyer, so everybody else was to go outside, and then the two of them just used to go in the cell together. And the other prisoner said that he used to hang all his clothes up against the window, like on coat hangers, and then they would be, they're now saying, like, looking back, that this all just makes sense. But they recognised that the two of them had a hang on because she would go in and give him letters, and the letters never had post or anything on it. It just used to say to him. So they were all picking up on what was actually going on. So far, so good. Something, it just came up because I'm obviously getting all these like crime things now because I watch one load of rubbish. But I actually just watched that because it was only on for an hour and 20 minutes, and I thought, okay, I'll be able to get to the end of that quickly. I was fighting sleep last night to try and watch it as much as I could. But that was all I've been watching this week.
Well, you can finish that when you get home.
Yes, I will. And then I'll report back.
I've got an update.
Have you?
What my football manager said.
Here we go.
So I was telling everybody that I was doing good with Motherwell and I was really enjoying it. Finished third in the league. Cause you actually sympathise with this.
Don't look at that, you'll get shouted
I know.
at.
I get sacked with Motherwell for finishing third and qualifying for the Europa League. Nah, that is shocking, I think. I did tell the board that I'd qualify for the Champions League so I could get a wee bit of extra money to spend. But I feel like if I didn't get that money, I wouldn't have made it to third. And they sacked me. I'm sure you all, if you're a football manager fan, even a football fan, Motherwell finishing third doesn't happen a lot. So that should have been praised. I should have getting an extra contract and more money to spend to go into my Europa League journey. But no, I get sacked. Had to apply for jobs. Go to the Port Vale job. I was actually, I'm not going to lie, right, guys, I was actually a bit downtrodden, man, that Port Vale was where I ended up after the Motherwell job, even though Port Vale was supported by one of my favourite entertainers of all time, Robbie Williams. What?
I don't want to rock, DJ,
cause you're keeping me up all night. Isn't gonna stop DJ. Take that one. Anyway, so Robbie Williams and me now share one thing in common. We probably both managed Port Vale and football manager. Big football manager player and also is Robbie Williams.
Oh, is it?
Aye, genuinely. So go to Port Vale job. Start the season, I used my same tactic that I was using at Motherwell. I was trying to use like an Ange Postecoglou all-out attack, 4 attacking midfielders, striker, defence midfielder, and then all my defenders defending. Tried to use that for Port Vale because it worked so well with Motherwell. League One's a wee bit different, so I was actually at the bottom of the league, kind of toiling, struggling, doing bad. So I changed it up to just a normal tactic. I was against Wigan and we beat them 7-3, and since then I've went on a run and I'm now up to third place with Port Vale when my job is to avoid relegation. So we are flying, and it might be a blessing in disguise that I got sacked from Motherwell, because now got to Port Vale I've showed that actually I am a winning manager. I can win with Motherwell, I can win with Port Vale, and now I'm going to go to bigger and better things. So
Lovely.
I'll keep you updated.
So happy for you.
Cheers.
That's really nice.
Maybe you should start now that you're into wrestling. Maybe I can get you a football manager.
No.
Yeah, have you shot at that?
No.
You like
I'd
spreadsheets
rather
and that?
watch
You'd love
paint
it.
dry.
No, honestly, wouldn't you?
Like what?
Like spreadsheets and stuff like that.
I don't particularly like them. I just need to use them in my work. Speaking
Football.
of work, I've came here straight for work today. I had an interview today. Well, I was interviewing Sunday, but he stood me up.
I get cancelled.
He cancelled, aye.
He must have held you a 6 out of 10 or not.
What? What did you say?
So they must have held you a 6 out of 10.
It's so sad that you're saying that about me.
Oh, you joke, man. You can't do no, get your knickers in a twist.
Okay. Well, I'm all out. This week we're doing a double recording.
Double recording this week because you're off next week, aren't you, Curtis? I was about to call you Curtains there, man. Old guy used to work in fucking kebabish, man.
Remember him?
My
Tony?
Curtains. No, that was Tony, wasn't it? My Tony Curtains. It's another man you probably weren't expecting to hear on the podcast.
So Curtis is taking a day off.
He's taking a wee well-deserved break, so we're going to do double duty this week. Again, we already said it, but let us know who you want to see on the show. We also need you to do all the good stuff for us. Subscribe to the podcast, or either on YouTube or Spotify. Preferably both, to be honest, guys. You might only listen to one of them, but come on, there's a favour, not I mean. All the people I like, not my favourite podcasts and stuff, I go and like all their stuff. Even if I'm only listening to one thing, I go and do it all because we're helping the cause, not I mean. We want to grow, I want them to grow, and surely you want us to grow, because if we grow, we can do better episodes for you, we can do more fun things and that as well. So do that for us, please. 5 stars, likes, comments, share it your pal, tell him to share it his pals, tell him to share it his pals, all that good stuff. And like all our social medias and that as well. And that's
us.
Alright, catches.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.